Alright, another episode of the Kloss Show. This is coming out terrible because of the color of the shirt, but in the lighting. Anyway, I figured I had to make another episode because of all the recent craziness. GameStop to the moon, everyone says. GameStop to the moon. For the uninitiated, which you have to really be living under a rock at this point, essentially what happened is there was an internet community online. It started with 1 million people. It's up to like 5 million people now, and they decided, you know what, we're gonna do what people in the government and people in the news have been doing for a long time. We're gonna manipulate some stock as well, and due to that, they made GameStop. And I'm not sure if that's actually how it started. They might have fallen ass backwards into it, because I've seen these guys on that subreddit, and they'll call it like YOLOing, which means like they're just gonna fucking dump like 30 grand on something and lose 27,000 of it. They'll be like, I'm YOLOing this failing company like CC's Pizza or something that goes out of business. I don't even know if CC's publicly traded, but just failing companies like GameStop, which is a shit business, or fucking, what were the other ones? BlackBerry and AMC Theaters. All just failing businesses. They're like, go ahead, ride them to the moon, dump stock in them, and the prices went up, and people were making money, oddly enough, and people on the news, they get pissed. The establishment stuff is getting pissed. They're like, wait a minute, hey, stop, wait, only we can do that. Wait, no, only we're allowed to do that. So they're trying to prevent people from messing with it, so we'll see. There's probably some new regulations coming down. Hopefully, I don't know. I just hate regulations in general. It's just supply and demand, and people realize, oh, we can manipulate supply and demand if we group up, which that's how it works. So that's what they do. It's just like Mad Money. Like Kramer used to have his little penny stock of the day, or whatever he would call it. And that motherfucker was buying that shit before his show would come on. That motherfucker was like, all right, yep, buy about $1,000 worth of this. Goes up to 2 cents. I'll make $2,000. There we go. Double my money easily on this Monday or whatever. He probably put way more in than that, but you know what I mean. So I'm hoping it goes back up so I can short it. I've never shorted a stock. I'm a little nervous, because I guess it has exponential loss, but we'll see how it does. Imagine if GameStop turned it around and actually used this money that they were getting to reinvest in their company, which they won't. They'll just, the majority, the preferred shareholders, they'll just fucking cash out and take their cash and run. This will actually happen, because that's how capitalism works. It does not go back into the business most of the times. But it is what it is. Oh yeah, the memes have been great. People on the subreddit over there are like, they are underestimating how retarded we are. They're underestimating our retardation. Buy more, keep buying, buy through the dip, buy. So they've got me a little on edge to see. I haven't bought any short sales yet, or however the fuck you call it. Sold short? I guess it's not buying, technically, but it is. Whatever. If it goes back up to $400 again today with these people being retarded as fuck, because they've got this caught on. We'll see if more people do it. If it goes back up, then I'll short, and that'll make some good cash, hopefully. Well, I mean, this is all, don't listen to me. I don't know if it's illegal for me to tell you what I'm doing. It probably is, but my shit's small scale compared to these motherfuckers. But yeah, and I think some of all the stocks that they were messing with was Nokia, GameStop, BlackBerry, AMC, and there might have been another one. But pretty interesting. I saw that a class action lawsuit was getting pushed as well. I had a couple of trades get canceled by Robinhood unlawfully, so maybe I'll look into that. I might throw my hat into the mix, throw my name into the hat. But we'll see how it goes. They'll probably just take that list and just have everybody fucking start putting the police on them. All of a sudden, I start getting pulled over all the time till I freak out and the cop shoots me. That's what it is. That's what they're doing with it. Yeah, I wish I had more funny shit to say about it. I think it's absolutely ridiculous that a bunch of fucking chicken tender eating retards were able to pull it off. But it makes sense, you know. I'm surprised they weren't able to figure it out sooner, because they had a million motherfuckers on there. So hopefully it's a new game. Maybe they change the game is what would be fucking nice, but that's impossible nowadays. How easily billionaires manipulate stuff, how easily they can change shit. It's hard to change the game because they make the game. So I mean, interesting. If people change the game, I would love to see little smaller groups of people that were like more serious. Like, all right, this is my proof of funds that I'm gonna throw at it. At this time, we're gonna buy it and then manipulate it, get it up, sell it. I don't know exactly how that works, but it's supply and demand. If people are buying the stock, price goes up. That's why Tesla is worth more than the next 10 fucking motor companies combined, even though they don't outsell a single one of them. And people are going to be like, but Tesla's great. Elon Musk, I love him. Okay, that guy's a fucking creep, for one. If he wanted to hang out, I'd be down. I'd be like, you know what? Fuck it, I'll give him a shot. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt to be my buddy. Anybody with money can have a chance at talking to me. But it's like, God, he's just so weird how he talks. And it's like, I don't think he's actually the one that comes up with anything. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. He just hires a bunch of people to come up with it. And people are like, he's a modern day Tesla, literally, though. He's a modern day Einstein. Well, Einstein also didn't come up with his own ideas, so maybe you guys are onto something with that one. Whatever, he's got a weird... His wife or whatever, she's weird looking. He's weird looking. More power to him. Get that money. If you can fool all these people, get that money. That's what I say. Anyway, off of these topics for the next little bit. I started reading this audiobook. Called Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King. Stephen King's a fucking weirdo. The shit this guy writes about in every book is so weird. This book, he describes so graphically this weird old people sex scene that is so bizarre. I'm like, bro, why did you have to put this in here? There was no need. He always puts the weirdest sex scenes in his books. I don't know why the fuck. Like, you don't need to put that in there. And they're so random. He just sticks them in there randomly as fuck. Like, one dude fucks his mom in the book. One dude fucks this lady fucks the detective she hired. That's old as fuck and has a big fat belly. It's so weird. And it's so descriptive. Like, they describe his pants coming off and... it's weird. But anyway, aside from that, it's pretty good. It's about this detective. Well, the first fucking scene of the book is told by the perspective of someone who gets run over by a fucking car waiting in line in 2008. It's 2008, right when the economy crashed. He's waiting at a job fair, waiting in line to get in, and a fucking car comes and runs a bunch of people over. One of them being a bitch in a sleeping bag holding a baby. And the detective on the case didn't figure it out. He ends up retiring. He's 60 years old or whatever. He gets a letter in the mail from the creep that ran everybody over, and he says some wild shit. He's like, oh yeah, I had to wear a condom when I ran him down just in case I ejaculated everywhere, not to leave any DNA. And he talks kind of like the Joker from Batman a little bit. He's like, oh my god, and I was so hard when I found out one of them was a baby. And of course, that's the guy fucking his mom on the side as well. Spoiler. But whatever, fucking, who the fuck even reads anyway? So that shit is fucking crazy, and Stephen King is a sick fuck for describing the shit in detail at all times. But the weirdest part in it is the main character, the detective. His like sidekick is this black kid. It's 2009, and this kid talks in the way that the voice that the guy reading it does is some of the most racist shit I've ever heard. He'll be like, "Hey, Jerome, can you mow my lawn this weekend for me? I'll pay you." And he's like, yes, sir, I will mow the lawns. I will mow it, the lawns for you, sirs. I'm not even doing it right. It's so over the top that I'm just dumbfounded whenever he does that. I'm like, what? At one point, he literally calls him Massa. Like, ironically, but still, he's like, "Oh, Massa, yes, I'll help you work on your computer, Massa." I'm probably gonna get in trouble for doing the fucking voice. I'm not doing it that good, but the guy talks like a fucking, I don't know, like a pickaninny or whatever. I don't know if that's bad to say, but it's absurd. I'm like, how did they do this? Like, they feel like you alienated. Like, any black guy listening to this could not have been like, he had to be like, "Oh, hell nah," when they started doing that shit. Like, "Oh, hell nah." Like, you can't imitate people like that. But I think it's funny, so fuck it. If it makes me laugh, that's all that matters to me. God, it's a pretty fucking great book so far. I don't know how it's gonna end, but it's so random at times. Like, the 62-year-old cop, he carries around a sock with fucking ball bearings in it, and he's like walking around randomly as he's trying to solve the case, and he stumbles upon like these three bums trying to rob a kid, and he just fucking blasts one of them in the fucking face with this stupid fucking sock, and was like, "Y'all want some more, motherfuckers?" basically. And they didn't, but it was a 3-on-1, and I feel like even on a 3-on-1, even if this guy's armed with some dumb shit like that, me and two of my buddies are taking him down. Like, there's no way. If someone's only taking a couple of those thwacks, and once you're getting close, he's an old man. You know, you could probably sink a rear naked choke real quick, especially with 3 people. Put that dude out. So, that part was a little retarded. The action scenes are usually retarded in Stephen King books. Stephen King is very descriptive, but he's a weirdo, and he's not realistic. And hearing him talk about the internet is fucking hilarious. He's may as well have said, "Oh, but it's got to go through the tubes first." Like, he was describing something. He's having the young black kid describe something to Stephen King, and it's just like not at all how computers work. I can't remember specifically. I should have wrote it down. I was like, "What the? What the fuck is this dude?" But maybe I'm looking too far into it. It's a pretty good murder mystery. You get to see from the perspective. It switches every other chapter or every couple chapters to the freak who ran everybody over, and that's pretty interesting to see it through his perspective. Probably gonna be a short episode today. I gotta get ready for work in a minute. But oh my god! So now, of course, not to name any names, because a couple of people have brought this up to me. They're like, "Dude, have you seen the fucking market? It's so fucking crazy. You gotta get into Bitcoin, dude. You better get into some fucking Bitcoin. It's all over." And then I just say to them, like, if you can average me the same ROI that I have for the 5 years I've been investing, I'll consider it. But they don't. It's either the FOMO people that they share articles of you. "Look, this dude made fucking $100,000. This guy made $1 million. He's a Bitcoin billionaire, bro." Okay, but I can't fucking do that. It's already up in price. So, just fucking just shut up. Shut up, because I'm doing okay with the stock market. I do pretty well. And, probably better than most of the Bitcoin people do, to be honest. Because I just see people losing money left and right over there. Oh, and then of course after you break it down for him, and I finally was like, "Dude, it's not based on anything." He's like, "Well, it used to not be. Now there's plenty of companies that accept it as payment." And you start looking into what these companies are. It's retail companies that are failing, like JCPenney and Macy's. So you can't base shit off that. It's like, whatever. And then, of course, after you finally back people down into that, they hit you with "In 5 years, it is going to be the world currency. People are going to go away from money and go to the digital coin." if anything, it should have been an example the past couple days that the system is rigged and the dollar ain't going nowhere. The game is rigged. You got to play by the rules they write. Going off the fucking rails and trying to play by these made up fictional shits is not going to get you anywhere. Just save your money right, put it in the S&P 500, reinvest the dividends, get you a 12, at least most people get you an average from 8 to 12%. If you really start looking and get good at it, you can get up there like Zaddy over here, but I won't flex too hard. It's just retarded. And then you can go ahead, and then once you get that money up, you do what any wise investor does, and that's liquidate everything and start buying sneakers, Jordans, Yeezys, anything, clothes, things that rip, tear, get dirty, televisions, depreciating assets. Dump that money back into the economy. It's the American motherfucking dream. Use it as a down motherfucking payment. That's how we do it here in America. And, okay, that's enough. That's enough money talk for today. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse here. What did I write down? But it's like, okay, actually, you know what? I'm not done with it yet. Because people ask me, I wrote down that people ask me, oh, are you worried? Are you worried about your money? Are you worried? Are you worried about this? No, because my shit's long term. It's all long-term investments, which means more than 20 years down the line. Well, nearing in at about 20 years now, because I've been doing it for 5 years, and it was a 25-year send. Down the line. This is what that's for, people. Not fucking now, this and that. And they're like, oh, but you worried about this, you worried about that, you worried about that it could go down, it could affect this. What if they end up, people really think GameStop's going to be a Fortune 500 company. What if it ends up in the Fortune 500, this and that? And I look at them and say, look here, buddy. The only thing I'm worried about is when the next motherfucking Grand Theft Auto is coming out. I'm worried more about when Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out than about when your Bitcoin is going to crash or when the bottom's going to fall out of fucking GameStop. Because you know what? This isn't fucking Apollo 11. They ain't going to the moon. It's Apollo fucking 7 or whatever one blew up with all the people in it. This is what's happening. People are sitting there waiting for it to launch. They're thinking it's going to go up to $1,000. Wait till that shuttle blows up and you're all inside. Fuck it. Fuck it. It'll be hilarious. And you're watching history right now. So that's interesting at least. What do we got on here? But so I'll give it Bitcoin. It does not send. Probably have said that before, but does it send Bitcoin? No, it doesn't. Stop putting your money into it, especially if you don't already have $100,000 invested in the market. Maybe then you can put a little bit on the Bitcoin, but don't put 1/100th of your net worth on that dumb shit. Did anybody see that garbage man got fired because somebody had a fucking snowman outside? A little kid built the snowman, and as he was going to get in the trash, he just went up and fucking booted the head off this fucking thing. They caught it on their ring cam. He just goes up and wham and kicks it. I thought it was fucking hilarious. It looked like fun too, just to boot the fucking head off this cunt. And of course, he gets fired for this shit. What fucking world are we living in, people? What in the Karen fuck? Some mom was like, that's what you like doing, huh? You like breaking kids' snowmen, huh? That's what you like? Some fat bitch called that in. It was a fat white woman. It was a fat white woman. Nobody who actually feels good about themselves would have cared. They'd have thought it was funny. They'd have saw their cry being like, my snowman, and they would have thought it would have been funny because it's not a big fucking deal. It's not a big fucking deal. You know what's gonna happen to that snowman? It's gonna fucking melt, just like everything. It's gonna melt. It's going to melt. If anything, it should be a lesson to this kid that sometimes people are gonna come by and try to kick your fucking snowman. Build a stronger fucking snowman. We're gonna take our snowman. We're gonna build a stronger snowman. We're gonna put a rebar in our snowman. Put some fucking shit in the head next time. Phil, you know what you do is you fucking freeze ice and then ice block in your freezer. Put that in the middle and let him go kick that shit again and bust his fucking foot open on the ice. If anything, get back in a funny way, a comical way. Get on his level. Don't steal this man's job. That's a good fucking job being a trash man. It's hard times out there right now. That guy could have... He's probably just some funny dude. He's probably the life of the party at the barbecue, and these fucking Karens are ruining it. This is why there's no fun anymore. No one can have any fun anymore because these dumb white bitches, stupid white women, left and right, ruining fun for everyone. Ruining. They just want to take it away. They don't want their. They want you. They're so fucking entitled. Oh my god. I don't know what they think they're. What are they entitled to? You already have everything. You get to sit inside and fucking watch Netflix all fucking day. You could probably go nuts watching kid shows, but just make your kids watch good shows. You don't mind what like it's like. Oh, if my parents were home, what were we watching? Not fucking kid shows. We were watching sports. I had to sit through watching the fucking Tour de France back in the day when I was a kid, when Lance Armstrong was in there. Name something more boring than watching bicycling. That's the dumbest shit on earth. Watch people pedal around. There's no fucking points. There's no goals, no baskets, no ball. It's just dudes with massive fucking calves riding bikes in massive groups at weird times while cars fall behind them. So I'd rather watch NASCAR than that dumb shit. But you know what it did? It built character. It built patience. There's no patience anymore. It's like, oh, he spent 30 minutes building that snowman, and you kicked little Timmy's fucking snowman head right off. You deserve hell. She'll probably sue and win because this shit's retarded. Ah, God. Dumb white bitches, dude. Just dumb fat white women. God, I hope she fucking chokes on a fucking Jolly Rancher or whatever dumb candy she's stealing. As you know, when her kids go trick-or-treating this year, she goes and takes her mom tax. Oh, mom has to get her tax. Mom has to make sure to get her share, get mom's share, and she eats half her fucking kids' Halloween candy. Real fucking nice, bitch. Real fucking nice, Gertrude. Or I doubt that's what your name is nowadays, but, you know, Kelly, Karen, that's the popular one. Real fucking nice. Heather. God. Hannah, that's probably something like that, you know, these dumb, God. Anyway, Samantha, I could see that. My name's Samantha Little, and our trash man kicked the head off my snowman. I'd have been fucking laughing my ass off right in her face. I'd been like, oh, sorry, we'll just write him up for being too funny then. Sorry, we'll just write him up for being hilarious. Alright guys, that's about all the time I got today. Short episode. I gotta start getting ready for work. GME to the moon. Fuck it. Buy it if you want it. I wouldn't suggest it, but what the fuck do I know? I'm just a dumb fuck with a shitty beard and long ass hair. So, fucking YOLO that shit. I don't have a rap lyric of the week for you. I was a little riled up beforehand. I didn't look one up. So, have a good day, and as always, go suck some fucking dick.